B.Pharm first year student from Ladru College of Pharmacy, Hasegaon. And for today's oral presentation, my topic is heart attack. So first of all, I want to tell you that why I chose this topic. So you know there are around 17.9 million deaths due to cardiovascular diseases per year, and in India there are around 272 deaths per 1 lakh people as compared to the world, which is 235, which is pretty much higher. So in today's session, I will tell you some basic things that how the heart works, and what are the risk factors of the heart attack, how we can avoid it, and how we can learn about it. So basically, I will start now. So first of all, the topics for today are how does the heart works, what are the risk factors of heart attacks, and what is the high blood pressure. So first of all, what is the heart? Heart is a muscular organ which is present inside the thoracic cavity, which is behind the breastbone, which pumps around 1 lakh times per day, which pumps around 7,600 liters blood in your body. So now I will discuss about the anatomy of the heart. Heart is an organ which is divided into the 4 chambers in human body. There are 4 chambers which are the right auricle, right ventricle, left auricle and the left ventricle. The upper side are 2 atriums and the bottom sides are 2 ventricles. The right side of the heart contains the deoxygenated blood and the left side of the heart contains the oxygenated blood. So there are different arteries and different veins which provide the deoxygenated blood from the body to the heart. One is superior vena cava, which provides the deoxygenated blood from the upper part of the body to the heart. And second one is the inferior vena cava, which provides the deoxygenated blood from the lower part of the body. And one is coronary sinus, which provides the heart, the blood, the deoxygenated blood from the heart to the heart. And in the ventricle side, you can see there are the aorta, which provides the oxygenated blood all over the body. So now I will discuss on our main topic, then why the heart attack occurs, what are the reasons behind that. There are different conditions in heart. For example, first is atherosclerosis. This is the condition when there is an artery called as coronary artery, which provides the oxygenated blood to the heart. As heart is a muscle, it also needs the blood, it also needs the oxygen, it also needs the nutrients to proper functioning in the body. So basically that the coronary artery provides the oxygenated blood and each and everything what heart needs. So basically what happens in the case of atherosclerosis, there is a deposition of cholesterol in the artery. So basically what happens, the deposition of cholesterol creates a clot, which then slow down the blood pressure, and the amount of blood pressure which should be reached to the heart does not reach. So basically what happens, if the cholesterol level increases, then there is a chances of the blockage of that artery, which results in the sudden stop of the heart, because it will not receive the proper nutrients, proper oxygen and the things which are required for the proper functioning. So basically angina pectoris is a similar condition when there is a blockage in the heart due to the formation of clot in the coronary artery, which results in the chest pain. As you can see that figure, that person is having a chest pain because his coronary artery is blocked due to the presence of clot. So as I said, what is the heart attack? It is happens due to the blockage of coronary artery. And the victims can often recover if they are treated immediately. I will discuss it more. So basically, what are the signs and symptoms of heart attack? There is a discomfort in the chest. There is discomfort in the upper part of the body because there is a lack of oxygen, and our body is nutritious 24/7 times. We need oxygen for production of energy for our efficiency of working. So basically, what happens as the blood flow stops in part of the body, it feels difficult, it feels pain in the different part of the body. We should know that what are the things that are necessary to keep our heart healthy. So what are the main things? We have to be alcohol free, we have to be smoke free, we have to maintain a balanced diet, we have to maintain our weight, we have to smoke less, and we have to exercise properly, and we have to eat a diet which contains the less cholesterol. And basically that is the thing I have presented the topic heart attack. Thank you very much.
Bypass solution, how can we treat? Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kapsai from Latur College of Pharmacy, studying in the pharmacy first year. Today's topic, my representation is the supervisory control and the data acquisition. This is the SCADA system in the industrial process. Basically, consists of a data accessing feature and can controlling the conversion of the data is possible. That is analog to conversion of data is possible. It can communicate to any of the protocol available in market, and this is completely rely on the window-based operating. Previously, without SCADA, the entirely industrial process controlled by the PLC, means the programmable logic control. It can program in the various certain languages and the codes. These codes are written either in the assembly language.
All of you, my name is Rasuri Nanisha student. I am studying in D Pharmacy second year in Latur College of Pharmacy, Hasirao. My topic of oral presentation, that is the pharmacology of adrenaline. On that topic, I deliver my presentation. So, first of all, understand these are the content of my presentation. In that, I talk about in detail about the pharmacology of adrenaline. First of all, understand what is the pharmacology and where is pharmacology important and what are studying in that. First of all, what is the pharmacology? Pharmacology is a branch of science that deals with the study about when drug and biosystem means our body that interact with each other, which therapeutic effect, which adverse effect and which physiological and pharmacological effects that shown in our body by the drug. That all study in the pharmacology. Also in the study about the pharmacokinetic and dynamic process, how that occur in the body, and also in the study about the sources of drug, means from which source drug is obtained, and also the history of drug. History of drug means when drug is discovered and who is discovered. That all study in that pharmacology. And where is pharmacology is very important. Pharmacology is very important to discover the new drug process. In the preclinical process, there is check the therapeutic index to determine the toxicity and effectiveness of that drug. There is check the therapeutic index in the second and third place. There is pharmacology of drug is important.
My name is Kaushal Darshi. I am from first year in regulatory affairs. My today's topic is LIMS software. LIMS is nothing but laboratory information management system. The content of my topic is first one, automation in pharmaceutical industry. What is LIMS? What does LIMS software do? What are the benefits of LIMS software? What is the role of LIMS software? And last is the conclusion. Next, first point is that automation in pharmaceutical industry. What is the need of automation in industry? Why need of automation in industry? What is the automation is nothing but the ability to automate the workflow and work process of your lab. Automation have the ability to automate the workflow. Why automation is important in the laboratory? One of the topmost benefits of laboratory automation is error reduction. When we are doing something in manual form, there is huge probability occur like human error, manipulation error. When do the automation, there is a chances of error reduction. Next is what is the LIMS? The LIMS indicates the LIMS is nothing but laboratory information management system. We have management here, we have information here, and we have system here. It is the computerized information system designed for laboratory. Is a concept and combination of a few words. First one is that management. Management is nothing but to manage each and every data which is stored in the laboratory. That is called as the management, which is under the management department. Next one Lokesh Lathur. I am studying in MSc Biotechnology second year. I am here to present my topic, rapid method for the purification of natural light from the micro knowledge state of the microbiology from Lonan Creator. The physical data of my slide. Why I choose that topic? For example, we see here many of the ladies are using foundations, eyeliners, and makeup, etc. On their face, and few of them know about the side effects of that. But still they are used. Why? Why they are used? But still they are used. Why? Because of looking attractive or looking beautiful in front of people. But many of I didn't say that you cannot use it, but you can use it. But before you use it, you can check it for it is necessary for you or not. At present, increasing awareness of harmful effects of the synthetic compounds and inclination of the inclination of community towards the uses of natural products have led to the exploitation of the microbiology as a source of natural life. Introduction of my topic, microbiology as a renewable source of feed. And it is blue green algae, which is larger than the species of the microalgae. It is rich in nutrients. It contains very low amount of nucleic acids composed of the 69% fat and 50% carbohydrates. It is rich in minerals, vitamins, and pigments. Let's move to the next slide. These are the methods we use in this research. First, we collect the sample from Lonar Creator. First method is the strain improvement by classical selection method. First, we isolate our strain, isolated strain was cultured to obtain mass culture with high amount of the protein. Then we form classical method, that is optimization and formulation of the culture media. Then we newly formulated medium, and on the basis of the trials, final composition is determined on the basis of maximum growth rate of the dry mass and the highest amount of the natural light. Second, TLC separation. For separation, we are using TLC and T-layer chromatography. We use T-layer chromatography for the separation of our pigments, and we are using two solvent system is here. The third method is the isolation of the natural light from the microalgae. We use isolated powder and mix it in the distilled water and incubated it for 24 hours in 4 degrees Celsius. And then we are centrifuged it 10,000 RPM for 4 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. And then supernatant containing pigments we are collected. Third method, we are precipitation. For the purification of heat, we are performed precipitation. Then again we are centrifuged it 10,000 RPM for 20 minutes for 4 degrees Celsius. Then collected the pellet containing pigments. Fourth method is the dialysis. Dialysis is the purification of the removal of the chemicals which we use for the precipitation. Dialysis, we use dialysis membrane 17, which is high media prepared, and we purify our pigment. Then third is the color chromatography. Mainly ion-exchange chromatography we use for the purification of the protein by charge. Fourth is the lyophilization. Firstly, purified protein we frozen at minus 20 degrees Celsius for 4 degrees Celsius. In minus 20 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. And then we lyophilize our purified protein by the process of sublimation in by the food freezer. We have done lyophilization in IIT Bombay. Similar methodology was obtained using light microscope. That's shown in the figure. Microscope is the of the microalgae. And then second is the composition of the optimization method, which contains single superphosphate, sodium nitrate, murate of potash, 8 days, after 5 to 8 days,